My name is Grace Fernandez, and this is my semester in Ireland. My high school experience was about as traditional as it gets. Going to football games every Friday night, going to proms and homecomings with all of my friends, organizing pep rallies, and running for student council. I had always figured that college would be the same. I'd go off for my first year and live on campus in a freshman dorm with my roommate, maybe join a sorority and go about college the normal, traditional way. But my acceptance to the NUN program changed all of that. Spending my first semester abroad was a concept that completely blew my mind. I had always thought that I would study abroad, but probably not until at least my junior year. However, my initial reaction of how could someone actually do this quickly turned into how could anyone turn this down. I had always wanted to travel, and this was my opportunity to take advantage of all that being young and abroad has to offer. Nervous, terrified, and beyond excited, I committed to go to Dublin in the fall. Soon enough, August 23rd came, and I found myself on a plane to Ireland with roughly 85 other near strangers with whom I would be spending the next 4 months. I'd been preparing for months for this moment, but didn't really click until I was thousands of miles in the air, off to a place I had never been before and didn't really know too much about. I never could have fathomed just how lucky I was to be on that plane. My time in Ireland was nothing short of a dream come true. As someone who had never been outside the US, I was dying to travel. Over my 4 months, I managed to see the Eiffel Tower light up at midnight, poke fun at the British Guards, get my phone stolen in Madrid, ride a Segway in Prague, and even go to a Christmas carnival in Berlin. These side trips to European cities were literally what I've been dreaming of for the past 18 years. Those dreams unfolding in front of me as I wandered the streets of new and exciting places, trying to scrape together what pieces of foreign languages I could. That isn't to say that my time in Dublin wasn't incredible as well. I'd walk to class every day along the Liffey River to the Dublin Business School, where my fellow NUN classmates and I sat amongst Irish students in lecture rooms all over the city centre. As an art student, I was fortunate enough to be a part of discussions on topics such as German Expressionism and European cinema, and the tent behind magazine advertising in my Media, Culture, and Societies class. With class buildings located all up and down the city centre, my friends and I used our breaks between classes to become integrated into the heart of Dublin. It didn't take long for me to think of Dublin as my new home.
There's no time that you must be home, so sleep where darkness falls.
I owe a big part of this to my service learning at the Mater Hospital Foundation, located just across the street from the Mater Hospital. When I first met my supervisor, Mary Chambers, I was instantly at ease in what felt more like a part-time job than a volunteer position, working for the biggest fundraiser for the hospital. I was welcomed into their fundraising family with open arms, and through working at the shop in the lobby of the hospital and putting together the products to sell there, I came to look forward to Friday morning when I would come in to talk about what was next for the foundation. I truly came to understand how incredible their work is when I was working in the breast cancer ward. Handing out free coffee and tea, collecting donations from patients and family members, I was inspired. These patients each had an incredible story and were so optimistic that I couldn't help but get chills. The women, the staff, the foundation, and the cancer patients alike made me realize the importance of never taking anything for granted and enjoying every little positive thing that comes your way, no matter what odds are stacked against you. The ambition and passion of Mary and the other foundation women will stick with me for a long, long time. Almost every second I was in Ireland was a learning experience. In the city of Dublin itself, I was immersed in traditions, my favorite of which being participating in music sessions with amazing musicians who carried folk songs from all over Ireland. The modernity of Dublin was enthralling as well, with bustling nightlife and bold fashion everywhere. I've even picked up on some of the slang and often catch myself using words like cue instead of line, and mental or brilliant instead of crazy or fabulous. I'm happy to say that I finally got the hang of looking on the opposite side of the road before crossing, though it did take a few close calls before it stuck. Outside of Dublin, in what I've been referring to as Postcard Ireland, I saw cliffs, caves, and ruins that changed my way of viewing the world. Standing on the edge of the Aran Island cliffs, you can't help but realize how vast and old the world is, and how small and young you are in comparison. Through this program, I can easily say that I've grown as a person, widening my view of the world and learning what it is to truly be independent, in just about every sense of the word. When I'm back in the US, my mind will be focused solely on continuing this learning experience, and hopping on the next plane to Italy or Greece, maybe even Hungary. In the words of the Irish proverb, "An ait abuil du quaui es on e, tabarfas du cosa tu," which means, your feet will bring you to where your heart is. I certainly hope that this is true, because after this experience, my heart and mind will never quite let go of the idea of seeing the world.
Don't wake me up.